In a galaxy far, far away, there existed a vast and complex society of various alien civilizations. These civilizations had achieved remarkable feats in technology, art, and culture, creating a vibrant tapestry of life across the stars. However, amidst this diverse galactic community, there was one species that was often overlooked and underestimated: the humans. Hailing from a small, unremarkable planet called Earth, humans were relative newcomers to the galactic stage. They had only recently developed the means to travel beyond their own solar system and had yet to establish a significant presence among the more advanced alien races. As a result, humans were often viewed as primitive and technologically inferior, their achievements and potential largely ignored by the wider galaxy. Despite this dismissive attitude, humans possessed a unique blend of determination, creativity, and resilience that set them apart from their galactic neighbors. They had a knack for adapting to new situations and overcoming seemingly insurmountable odds, a trait that had served them well throughout their tumultuous history on Earth. As the galactic society continued to evolve and expand, whispers began to circulate about an ancient fleet of ships that had been discovered in a remote corner of the galaxy. These ships were unlike anything the alien civilizations had ever seen before, with designs and technologies that seemed to defy explanation. Rumors spread quickly, with many speculating about the origins and purpose of this mysterious fleet. Some claimed that the ships were the remnants of a long-lost alien civilization, one that had achieved a level of technological advancement far beyond anything the current galactic community had ever known. Others believed that the fleet was nothing more than a myth, a story concocted by imaginative minds to entertain and intrigue. However, as more information about the ancient fleet began to surface, a startling revelation came to light. The ships had been built by none other than the humans themselves. This news sent shockwaves through the galactic community, as few had ever considered the possibility that humans were capable of creating such advanced technology. The discovery of the human-built fleet sparked a flurry of activity and speculation across the galaxy. Many alien civilizations were skeptical, dismissing the idea that a species as primitive as humans could have constructed such a sophisticated fleet. They laughed and scoffed at the notion, believing that the rumors were nothing more than a ridiculous hoax. Yet there were those who saw the potential in this revelation. A small group of human explorers, driven by curiosity and a desire to uncover the truth, set out to investigate the ancient fleet and its origins. They were determined to prove to the rest of the galaxy that humans were more than just a backwater species, that they possessed the ingenuity and skill to create something truly remarkable. As the human explorers delved deeper into the mystery of the ancient fleet, they began to uncover clues and artifacts that pointed to a long-forgotten era of human history. They discovered fragments of advanced technology, schematics for powerful engines, and cryptic messages hinting at a greater purpose behind the fleet's creation. The explorers knew that they were on the cusp of something extraordinary, a discovery that could change the course of human history and reshape the balance of power in the galaxy. They pressed on, driven by an insatiable thirst for knowledge and a burning desire to prove the doubters wrong. Little did they know, however, that their actions were about to set in motion a chain of events that would challenge everything the galactic community thought they knew about humans and their place in the universe. The ancient fleet, long dismissed as a mere curiosity, was about to become the center of a galactic struggle that would test the limits of human ingenuity and determination. As the story unfolded, the fate of humanity and the entire galaxy hung in the balance, and the true purpose of the ancient fleet would be revealed, changing the course of history forever. The human explorers, led by Captain Aria Velasquez, set out on a mission to uncover the truth behind the ancient fleet. Their ship, the Prometheus, was a state-of-the-art vessel equipped with the latest in human technology. Despite the advanced nature of their ship, it paled in comparison to the sleek alien crafts that dominated the galactic spaceways. As they journeyed deeper into the uncharted regions of space, the crew of the Prometheus faced countless challenges and obstacles. They navigated through treacherous asteroid fields, outran hostile alien patrols, and endured the harsh conditions of deep space travel. Through it all, Captain Velasquez remained focused on her goal, driven by an unshakable belief in the importance of their mission. After months of searching, the Prometheus finally stumbled upon a faint energy signature that seemed to match the descriptions of the ancient fleet. Excitement coursed through the crew as they realized they were on the brink of a monumental discovery. They followed the energy trail, their hearts pounding with anticipation as they drew closer to their target. When they finally laid eyes on the ancient fleet, the crew of the Prometheus was stunned into silence. Before them, nestled in the shadow of a massive unnamed planet, was a sprawling collection of ships unlike anything they had ever seen. The vessels were enormous, dwarfing even the largest of the alien ships they had encountered on their journey. Their hulls were adorned with intricate alien designs that seemed to pulse with an otherworldly energy. As the Prometheus approached the fleet, Captain Velasquez couldn't shake the feeling that they were on the cusp of something truly extraordinary. She ordered her crew to begin a detailed scan of the ships, hoping to glean some insight into their origins and purpose. What they discovered left them speechless. The scans revealed that the ships were not only built by humans, but were constructed using technology that far surpassed anything the current human civilization had ever created. The ship's power systems, propulsion engines, and weapons arrays were all leagues beyond what the Prometheus was capable of, and yet they bore the unmistakable hallmarks of human design. As the crew of the Prometheus delved deeper into the ancient fleet's secrets, they began to uncover a trove of artifacts and records that shed light on the fleet's origins. They found fragments of ancient human languages, long forgotten by the passage of time, etched into the ship's hulls and woven into their computer systems. They discovered schematics and blueprints that hinted at the fleet's true capabilities, powers that had been lost to the ages. The more they uncovered, the more Captain Velasquez and her crew realized the significance of their discovery. The ancient fleet was not just a relic of humanity's past, but a testament to their potential. It was proof that humans were capable of achieving great things, of pushing the boundaries of what was thought possible. As word of their discovery spread throughout the galaxy, the crew of the Prometheus found themselves at the center of a growing storm. Alien civilizations that had once dismissed humans as primitive and insignificant now looked upon them with a mix of curiosity and trepidation. Some saw the ancient fleet as a threat, a reminder of the power that humans could wield if they were left unchecked. Others saw it as an opportunity, a chance to learn from the secrets of the past and forge new alliances with the human race. For Captain Velasquez and her crew, the discovery of the ancient fleet was just the beginning. They knew that they had stumbled upon something that could change the course of human history, and they were determined to uncover the fleet's true purpose. They knew that the road ahead would be fraught with danger and uncertainty, but they were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. As they prepared to delve deeper into the mysteries of the ancient fleet, Captain Velasquez couldn't help but feel a sense of pride and wonder. They had set out to prove that humans were more than just a backwater species, and in doing so, they had uncovered a legacy that would echo throughout the ages. The future was uncertain, but one thing was clear: the galaxy would never be the same again. As the crew of the Prometheus continued their investigation of the ancient fleet, they began to piece together the puzzle of its origins. Through careful analysis of the artifacts and records they had uncovered, a stunning revelation came to light. The fleet had been constructed by humans thousands of years ago, during a forgotten era of technological advancement. The records revealed that, in the distant past, humanity had achieved a level of scientific and engineering prowess that far surpassed anything the current galactic civilizations had accomplished. They had developed advanced propulsion systems, energy shields, and weapons of unimaginable power. The ancient humans had even mastered the art of artificial intelligence, creating sentient machines that worked alongside them in harmony. However, the records also hinted at a dark chapter in human history. It seemed that, at the height of their technological achievements, humanity had faced an existential threat. The exact nature of this threat was unclear, but it had driven the ancient humans to construct the fleet as a last resort, a fail-safe to ensure the survival of their species. As Captain Velasquez and her crew delved deeper into the fleet's purpose, they discovered that it was not merely a collection of ships, but a sophisticated network of vessels designed to work together as a unified whole. Each ship had a specific role to play, from powerful battleships to agile scouts and everything in between. The fleet's true power, however, lay in its ability to function autonomously. The ancient humans had imbued the ships with advanced AI systems that allowed them to operate independently, even in the absence of human crews. This explained how the fleet had survived for so long, hidden away in the depths of space, waiting for the day when it would be needed once more. As the implications of their discovery sank in, Captain Velasquez and her crew realized that they had stumbled upon a treasure trove of lost knowledge and technology. The secrets of the ancient fleet could revolutionize human society, propelling them forward into a new era of progress and prosperity. However, they also knew that this knowledge could be dangerous in the wrong hands. If the other alien civilizations were to learn of the fleet's true capabilities, it could upset the delicate balance of power in the galaxy. Some might seek to seize the fleet for themselves, using its advanced technology to dominate and subjugate others. Captain Velasquez knew that they had to act quickly. She made the decision to keep their discovery a closely guarded secret, sharing it only with a select few individuals within the human government. Together, they began to formulate a plan to study and understand the ancient fleet, with the ultimate goal of using its technology to benefit all of humanity. As they set to work, the crew of the Prometheus found themselves faced with new challenges at every turn. The fleet's advanced systems were unlike anything they had ever encountered, and it took all of their skill and ingenuity to even begin to unravel its secrets. Despite the obstacles, Captain Velasquez and her crew remained determined. They knew that they had been given a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, a chance to change the course of human history. They worked tirelessly, poring over the ancient records and schematics, reverse engineering the fleet's advanced technology, and gradually piecing together the puzzle of its creation. As they made progress, a sense of excitement and purpose began to take hold among the crew. They knew that they were on the cusp of something truly extraordinary, a discovery that could alter the fate of the galaxy itself. And yet, even as they celebrated their successes, a nagging sense of unease began to creep into the back of their minds. The records had hinted at a great threat, one that had driven the ancient humans to create the fleet in the first place. If that threat were to return, would humanity be ready to face it? Only time would tell. But one thing was certain. The crew of the Prometheus would stop at nothing to ensure that the legacy of the ancient fleet was not lost, and that humanity would be ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. With the knowledge of the ancient fleet's true origins and purpose, Captain Velasquez and her crew set out on a new mission, to revive the long-dormant ships and unlock their full potential. They knew that the task ahead of them would be daunting, but they were determined to see it through, no matter the cost. The first step was to bring their findings before the leaders of the human government. Captain Velasquez knew that she would need the full support and resources of her people if she was to have any hope of success. She gathered her evidence and made her case, presenting the ancient fleet as a vital asset that could secure humanity's place in the galaxy. At first, the human leaders were skeptical. The idea of an ancient fleet of advanced ships, built by their own ancestors, seemed too fantastic to be true. However, as Captain Velasquez laid out the evidence, piece by piece, they began to see the truth. The artifacts, the records, the advanced technology, it all pointed to a hidden chapter in human history that had the potential to change everything. Slowly but surely, the human leaders came to understand the significance of the discovery. They realized that the ancient fleet represented not just a technological marvel, but a symbol of human ingenuity and resilience. If they could harness its power, they could finally take their rightful place among the great civilizations of the galaxy. With the backing of the human government, Captain Velasquez and her crew began the monumental task of restoring the ancient fleet. They started with a single ship, a massive battlecruiser that had been dormant for millennia. The vessel was a marvel of engineering, with advanced weapon systems and shields that far surpassed anything the humans had ever seen. As they set to work, the crew of the Prometheus faced countless challenges. The ship's systems were ancient and complex, and it took all of their skill and knowledge to even begin to understand them. They worked tirelessly, poring over the schematics and records, reverse engineering the technology, and gradually bringing the ship back to life. As word of their efforts spread throughout the galaxy, other alien civilizations began to take notice. Some saw the revival of the ancient fleet as a threat, a sign that the humans were becoming too powerful too quickly. Others, however, saw it as an opportunity. They offered their assistance to the humans, sharing their own knowledge and resources in exchange for access to the fleet's advanced technology. Captain Velasquez was wary of these offers at first, knowing that the alien civilizations had their own agendas. However, she also realized that the humans couldn't do it alone. They needed allies if they were to have any hope of unlocking the full potential of the ancient fleet. And so, a new alliance was born. The humans and their alien partners worked side by side, pooling their knowledge and resources to restore the fleet to its former glory. It was a monumental undertaking, one that tested the limits of their skills and resolve. But slowly, ship by ship, the ancient fleet began to come back to life. The humans and their allies marveled at the advanced technology, the sleek lines of the ships, and the raw power that they possessed. They knew that they were witnessing something truly extraordinary, a moment that would be remembered for generations to come. As the restoration neared its completion, Captain Velasquez couldn't help but feel a sense of pride and accomplishment. They had done it. They had brought the ancient fleet back from the brink of oblivion. But even as they celebrated their success, a new question loomed on the horizon. The ancient records had hinted at a greater purpose behind the fleet's creation, a looming threat that had driven the ancient humans to create such a powerful weapon. If that threat were to return, would the fleet be ready to face it? And what role would the humans and their alien allies play in the battles to come? Only time would tell, but one thing was certain: the galaxy would never be the same again. The ancient fleet had awakened, and its power would shake the course of history for generations to come. As the restoration of the ancient fleet progressed, Captain Velasquez and her crew began to uncover more and more of its secrets. They discovered that the fleet was not just a collection of ships, but a living, breathing entity with its own unique culture and history. The ships themselves were marvels of engineering, with advanced propulsion systems that allowed them to travel vast distances in the blink of an eye. They were equipped with powerful weapons capable of destroying entire planets with a single shot. But perhaps most impressive of all was the fleet's ability to function as a single cohesive unit, with each ship working in perfect harmony with the others. As they delved deeper into the fleet's systems, the crew of the Prometheus began to realize that the technology they were dealing with was far beyond anything they had ever encountered. The ancient humans had achieved a level of scientific and engineering prowess that was almost godlike in its scope and power. But with that power came great responsibility. The crew knew that they had to be careful in how they used the fleet's technology, lest they unleash something that they couldn't control. They worked tirelessly to understand the fleet's systems, to master its intricacies and nuances, so that they could use its power wisely and justly. As word of the fleet's restoration spread throughout the galaxy, more and more alien civilizations began to take notice. Some saw the humans as a rising power, a force to be reckoned with in the galactic community. Others saw them as a threat, a potential rival that could upset the delicate balance of power that had existed for centuries. Captain Velasquez knew that she had to tread carefully. She worked to build alliances with those alien civilizations that shared her values and vision for the future, while at the same time keeping a wary eye on those that sought to undermine or exploit the fleet's power for their own gain. As the restoration neared its completion, the crew of the Prometheus began to uncover more and more clues about the fleet's true purpose. They discovered ancient records that spoke of a great enemy, a threat that had driven the ancient humans to create the fleet in the first place. The records were fragmentary and incomplete, but they painted a chilling picture of a powerful alien race that had once sought to conquer the galaxy. The ancient humans had fought against this enemy, using the fleet as their ultimate weapon. In the end, they had emerged victorious, but at a terrible cost. Now, as the fleet neared full operational capacity, Captain Velasquez and her crew began to wonder if that ancient enemy might still be out there, waiting for the right moment to strike. They knew that they had to be ready, to use the fleet's power to defend humanity and its allies against any threat that might arise. And so, as the final pieces of the fleet fell into place, the crew of the Prometheus prepared themselves for whatever lay ahead. They knew that they were standing on the threshold of a new era, a time when the balance of power in the galaxy would be forever changed. With the ancient fleet at their back, they felt invincible, ready to take on any challenge that the universe might throw their way. They knew that they were part of something greater than themselves, a legacy that stretched back through the ages to the very dawn of human civilization. And as they looked out across the stars, they knew that whatever lay ahead, they would face it together, as a united force, ready to defend the ideals and values that had brought them to this moment. The future was uncertain, but one thing was clear: the galaxy would never be the same again, and the crew of the Prometheus would be at the forefront of the changes to come. As the ancient fleet stood fully restored and operational, its true capabilities began to emerge. The ship's advanced systems and technology were beyond anything the galaxy had ever seen. The fleet's weapons were capable of destroying entire planets, its shields could withstand the most powerful attacks, and its propulsion systems could traverse vast distances in mere moments. Captain Velasquez and her crew marveled at the fleet's power, but they also knew that such power came with great responsibility. They had to ensure that the fleet was used for the greater good, to protect and defend rather than to conquer and destroy. As they delved deeper into the fleet's purpose, they discovered that it had been created to combat a specific threat, an ancient enemy that had once sought to conquer the galaxy. The records spoke of a powerful alien race, technologically advanced and ruthless in their pursuit of domination. The ancient humans had fought against this enemy, using the fleet as their ultimate weapon. The battles had been fierce and costly, but in the end, humanity had emerged victorious. However, the records also hinted that the enemy had not been entirely defeated, that they had simply retreated to the far reaches of the galaxy to lick their wounds and plot their revenge. Captain Velasquez knew that if this enemy were to return, the galaxy would be in grave danger. She and her crew had to be ready, to use the fleet's power to defend against any threat that might arise. As they continued to study the fleet's systems and capabilities, they made a startling discovery. The fleet's true power lay not just in its weapons and technology, but in its ability to adapt and evolve. The ship's AI systems were incredibly advanced, capable of learning and growing over time. This meant that the fleet could become even more powerful as it encountered new challenges and threats. It could adapt its tactics and strategies, learning from its mistakes and becoming ever more effective in combat. The implications of this discovery were staggering. With the fleet's ability to adapt and evolve, humanity had a weapon that could potentially defend against any threat, no matter how powerful or advanced. But even as they marveled at the fleet's capabilities, Captain Velasquez and her crew knew that they had to be cautious. The fleet's power was immense, and in the wrong hands, it could be used for terrible purposes. They had to ensure that the fleet was used wisely and judiciously, that it was never allowed to fall into the hands of those who would use it for their own selfish gains. They had to be the guardians of this incredible technology, ensuring that it was always used for the greater good. As they continued to explore the fleet's secrets, they uncovered more and more evidence of the ancient enemy's existence. They found records of battles fought long ago, of worlds destroyed and civilizations wiped out. And then, deep in the heart of the fleet's central computer, they found something that chilled them to the bone. It was a message, left behind by the ancient humans, a warning of what was to come. The message spoke of a great darkness that would one day return, a darkness that would threaten to engulf the entire galaxy. It spoke of a final battle, a showdown between the forces of light and the forces of darkness. And it spoke of the fleet's true purpose, to be the last line of defense against this darkness, to stand as a beacon of hope in the face of overwhelming odds. Captain Velasquez and her crew knew that they had to be ready, that they had to prepare for the coming storm. They had to use the fleet's power wisely and carefully, to build alliances and gather allies, to ensure that when the darkness finally came, they would not stand alone. For they knew that the fate of the galaxy rested on their shoulders, and that the ancient fleet was the key to their survival. They had to be strong. They had to be brave, and above all, they had to be ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. The future was uncertain, but one thing was clear: the ancient fleet had a purpose, and that purpose was to defend the galaxy against the greatest threat it had ever known. And Captain Velasquez and her crew would stop at nothing to ensure that this purpose was fulfilled. As the crew of the Prometheus continued to unravel the secrets of the ancient fleet, they knew that time was running out. The warning left behind by the ancient humans spoke of a great darkness that would soon return, a darkness that threatened to engulf the entire galaxy. Captain Velasquez knew that they had to act fast. She gathered her crew and their alien allies, and together they began to formulate a plan. They knew that they couldn't face this threat alone. They needed the help of every civilization in the galaxy. They began to reach out to their contacts in the various alien governments, sharing what they had learned about the fleet and the impending danger. At first, many were skeptical, unwilling to believe that such a threat could exist. But as the evidence mounted, they began to see the truth. Soon, a great alliance began to form, with civilizations from across the galaxy pledging their support to the cause. They knew that the only way to defeat this darkness was to stand together, to pool their resources and their knowledge and fight as one. As the preparations for war began, the crew of the Prometheus continued to study the fleet's systems, looking for any advantage they could find. They discovered that the fleet had the ability to link together, to form a vast network of ships that could act as a single coordinated entity. This was a game changer. With the fleet acting as one, they could coordinate their attacks with pinpoint precision, striking at the heart of the enemy's defenses. They could adapt to any situation, responding to threats in real time and adjusting their tactics accordingly. But even as they marveled at the fleet's capabilities, they knew that the enemy would not be easily defeated. The record spoke of a vast armada, a fleet of ships that dwarfed even the ancient fleet in size and power. They knew that the battle would be fierce, that many lives would be lost. But they also knew that they had no choice. The fate of the galaxy hung in the balance, and they were the only ones who could stop the darkness from consuming everything in its path. As the final preparations were made, Captain Velasquez addressed her crew and their allies. She spoke of the bravery and sacrifice of the ancient humans, of the legacy they had left behind. She spoke of the importance of standing together, of fighting for something greater than themselves. And then, as the fleet moved into position, the enemy arrived. Their ships were vast and terrible, bristling with weapons and shielded by impenetrable defenses. They seemed to fill the very sky, blotting out the stars with their presence. But the Allied fleet was ready. With the ancient fleet at its core, they met the enemy head-on, engaging in a battle that would be remembered for generations to come. The fighting was intense, with ships on both sides falling in droves. The enemy's weapons were powerful, capable of destroying entire ships with a single shot. But the Allied fleet was quick and agile, able to dodge and weave through the enemy's defenses. And at the heart of it all was the ancient fleet, a shining beacon of hope in the darkness. Its advanced systems and technology allowed it to adapt to any situation, to strike at the enemy's weaknesses and exploit their vulnerabilities. As the battle raged on, it became clear that the Allied fleet was gaining the upper hand. The enemy's ships were falling faster now. their defenses crumbling under the relentless assault of the ancient fleet. And then, in a final desperate gamble, the enemy unleashed their ultimate weapon, a vast, planet-destroying device that threatened to wipe out everything in its path. But the ancient fleet was ready, its advanced shields absorbing the blast and protecting the Allied ships from harm. With the enemy's last hope destroyed, the Allied fleet pressed their advantage, driving the darkness back and forcing them to retreat. And as the battle finally ended, a great cheer went up from the Allied ships, a cry of victory that echoed across the stars. The darkness had been defeated, the galaxy saved from destruction. And at the heart of it all was the ancient fleet, a testament to the ingenuity and resilience of the human spirit. They had faced the greatest threat the galaxy had ever known, and they had emerged victorious. In the aftermath of the great battle, the galaxy was forever changed. The ancient fleet, once a legend spoken of only in whispers, was now a symbol of hope and unity for all the civilizations of the galaxy. The crew of the Prometheus, led by Captain Velasquez, were hailed as heroes, their names spoken with reverence and awe. They had risked everything to save the galaxy from destruction, and their bravery would never be forgotten. As the dust settled and the rebuilding began, the true impact of the ancient fleet began to be felt. The advanced technology and knowledge contained within its systems was shared freely among the Allied civilizations, ushering in a new era of progress and prosperity. Scientists and engineers from across the galaxy worked tirelessly to unlock the secrets of the fleet, to harness its power for the betterment of all. New technologies were developed, new worlds were explored, and new frontiers were opened up. But perhaps the greatest change of all was in the way the galaxy saw itself. For so long, the various civilizations had been divided, each pursuing their own agendas and interests. But now, in the face of a common enemy and a shared purpose, they had come together as one. The alliance that had been forged in the heat of battle was now a permanent fixture, a testament to the power of unity and cooperation. Trade flourished, cultural exchange blossomed, and the galaxy entered a new golden age of peace and prosperity. At the heart of it all was the ancient fleet, a reminder of the incredible potential that lay within the human spirit. It had been created by humans, long ago, as a last line of defense against the darkness. And now it had fulfilled that purpose, saving the galaxy from destruction and ushering in a new era of hope and possibility. For Captain Velasquez and her crew, the future was bright. They had accomplished something that had once seemed impossible, and they knew that their legacy would live on for generations to come. As they looked out across the stars, they saw a galaxy that was forever changed, a galaxy that had been brought together by the power of the human spirit. And they knew that, no matter what challenges lay ahead, they would face them together as one. Years turned to decades and decades to centuries, and still the story of the ancient fleet was told, passed down from generation to generation as a reminder of what had been accomplished. It became a legend, a tale of bravery and sacrifice, of the incredible potential that lay within the human heart. And though the crew of the Prometheus had long since passed into memory, their legacy lived on, inspiring new generations to reach for the stars and to never give up hope, no matter how dark the night might seem. For they had shown that when the galaxy needed them most, the humans had been there, ready to stand up and fight for what was right. They had built an incredible machine, a testament to their ingenuity and their determination, and they had used it to save the galaxy from destruction. And now, as the galaxy looked to the future, it did so with a newfound sense of unity and purpose. The ancient fleet had brought them together, had shown them what was possible when they worked as one. And they knew that, no matter what challenges lay ahead, they would face them together as a united force, ready to defend the ideals and values that had brought them to this moment. The future was bright, and the galaxy was ready to meet it head-on. And though the journey ahead would be long and difficult, they knew that they had the strength and the courage to see it through, to build a better tomorrow for all the generations to come. And so, as the stars shone down upon them, the people of the galaxy looked to the future with hope and determination, ready to face whatever lay ahead. For they knew that, together, there was nothing they could not accomplish, no challenge they could not overcome. And with the ancient fleet at their back, they knew that the galaxy would never be the same again, that a new chapter had begun, one that would be written in the stars for all eternity.